Just go live a little bit.
Just a little. Ay, ay, ay. I feel like we got like so much to talk about this week.
Yeah, we doubled it up. I'm about to look back now. Let me see.
There's too much stuff.
Hold on, I'm trying to see where we left off at last time.
It's up there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm still going. TGS. I think we talked about this. I remember we talked about. Did we talk about the whole Astrobot shit?
Yes.
We did? Okay. So then we
For
talked
sure.
about the Sea of Stars reviews.
Mm-hmm.
That thing about did we talk about Tokyo Game Show? I don't think we talked about that.
I don't even know what that is, so probably not. Knowing.
All right.
Yeah.
TGA. All right. So then we probably start August 28th at Tokyo Game Show for the news.
All right. But we're not at the news yet.
We're not.
What's going on? We haven't talked in a week.
I know. We just been communicating through Starfield.
Pretty much, yeah. I can
Um,
slightly hear myself, so. Sorry.
Is that better?
Wow. If I do that, then it's bad. But if I'm like at normal volume right here, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Starfield is a time.
I know it's a different kind of time for you.
Yeah, I mean, I did have one good play session. Unfortunately, that won't like make it to the videos. Till probably like the fourth one. The second one's coming out Monday or whenever I put it up. I don't fucking know. Maybe tomorrow. I got to make a thumbnail that is evocative of your actions once you were given free reign to just walk around after making your character, because there was one thing you were doing that whole time, and you did a lot of it.
Wait, what? When I was making my character?
No, right after that, once you started walking around, you started doing something.
Oh, the klepto shit?
Yeah, just little thing here, little thing there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you watched the video yet.
I did. I watched it. I did.
Man.
I meant to hit you back about it.
I kept cutting back and forth. Just like, ooh, like be
scared. Yeah, that
was
a perfect way to do it. That was a good way to do it.
God, I can't wait till that one comes out.
It was shit that I forgot that I did.
Oh yeah,
like
there was more,
but like, a whole lot.
I didn't have enough from my shit to include everything that you stole and go back and forth for it all.
I forgot that and I guess they'll see this, but I picked up something off the shelf in the bathroom, and then I shot the hand soap, and I was like, all right, there, I made it better, and I just left the bathroom.
Now I want it.
Yeah. And the fucking slippers, I'm trying to get comfy. I read the title and I was like, what? Kind of get comfy.
One. And then there's one that I'll wait to. It was a previous podcast title. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah.
I was like, you motherfucker, as I'm watching the shit, like making direct eye contact with the camera. But yeah, man, it was fun to edit because like I don't want to say like it's simple, but it's so simple. Like all I had to do was just line up a few things for my video and audio, and then just watch yours. And I mean, I'm not even halfway through the first footage you sent me.
I know. Like, even when I sent you the second one, I'm like, this might be overkill. I don't even think he's done the other one.
I mean, do we talk about it now? Do we just get right into it and just start the show?
Let's just start the show. There's a lot. We got a lot to cover anyway. Yeah. I've actually played games. Like, there's a lot to talk about.
Same. I played a lot of games.
Yeah. All right. Start the show.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Level up, gamers, and welcome back to another
Welcome
episode
back.
of Save Before Quitting podcast. We skipped a week because it was Starfield Mania everywhere, all the time, no matter where you turned on your
Yeah,
internets.
there was definitely
So,
Starfield happening at my place, right?
of course, I mean, there's a version of it happening at your place.
It's pretty accurate.
But we're back now with a ton of news and a ton of information and a ton of our own experiences. But first and foremost, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Kitty.
Titty. Titty. Even though it should be Zitty now because it's an X.
Yeah, I ain't ever gonna call it X.
I still call it Twitter. This time might be like one of the two
Yeah,
times I've ever referred to it as X.
I feel like
Um
you only have two options. You can just continue to call it Twitter, or every single time you go to call it X, you gotta go X, like some fucking extra bullshit, just so people can know that you're fucking abysmal,
yeah, pretty much. You gotta do some
and probably
stupid shit
play
like
for
that.
Twitter Blue on X.
It all sounds ridiculous and stupid. But
Yeah,
um if you want to contribute to more things that we do that's ridiculous and stupid, say before quitting, all the way spelled out at gmail.com. If you'd like to send us an email, say before quitting.com. If you want to get some sweet merch, fall is coming. You will need something like a hoodie or a hat or something, and we have that for you at the website. Discord. Join our Discord in the link below this video. Not if you're watching live, it's not there. If you go to our social media, it's there.
yeah,
But um if you are watching the post live version on YouTube, you will see the links posted below this. Patreon. Patreon. We did some Patreoning.
yeah,
So make sure to join up there if you want. If you just can't get enough saving before quitting and you just can't quit and you want to do more saving, go on over to Patreon and try to save as much sanity as you can while watching us talk about nonsense.
yeah. We also
Uh,
played a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 on the
yes,
most
that
recent
was a
episode.
fun one. That was a
Yeah,
fun
it was
one.
a good time.
It was a great time.
Goddamn bro.
Um uh you know, with no further ado, Chris, please tell me, what did you play this week? What did you play this week?
Man, I have played a decent bit of games this week. We'll start it off and get the usual suspects out of the room. Fortnite, new season,
Uh-huh.
pretty cool. There's some cool new weapons. I'm waiting for Ahsoka Tano to come to the store because she's a part of the battle pass, but you gotta wait like the
Mm-hmm.
30 days or some bullshit. Whatever. Um, but that's coming soon. The
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka TV show is so good, and I really want to talk about it, but I feel like we can't because of the strikes things. But whatever, we'll move from there. Um, I've also been playing some Call of Duty.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Posted the link in the chat again of our games this week from Apollo Gaming League. Um,
Nice.
Again, we came up short, but we did take them to the final game, game 5. One of our players just was not feeling it that night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for specifically in Search and Destroy, and like I couldn't blame him. I'm like, listen, man, like it happens. Like he normally performs amazingly every single
Yeah.
time, and he did for the other games. So it's not like it was just for some reason Search and Destroy was like really messing him with him that night, and
Wasn't hitting it
sadly
that night.
got the L. But we were close yet again. No cigar, but soon we will have a victory. The first ever victory of the team. The forfeits will be coming soon to a
Nice.
YouTube near you.
You guys, it's your time. Your time is due. It's a due
Yeah,
time.
man. I'm still waiting. Like they put up like YouTube shorts of like highlights and shit from the games,
Mm-hmm.
and they still haven't uploaded that ace that I got. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
no offense to like the clips they're posting, because like like they're good plays and whatnot, but like they're like double kills and like quick things that people are doing, and it's nothing like holy shit.
Right.
That ace I got is very holy shit because I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. It needs to be posted. Come on, Apollo
Not
Gaming League.
nudge them like, "Hey, I don't know if you guys remember this,
Like,
but
here's the thing, Imma post it to our TikTok. They don't. Like,
true. They better
I
get their
have
shit
the clip.
together."
I could get it on cross fucking clip and send that shit through. I might do that tomorrow.
Just send it to them, be like, "Here, I've done the work."
Honestly, not even gonna lie, might. But
Fuck it. You got nothing to lose. Do
true.
it.
But other than that, I've been playing
Oh,
some
man.
other games on the side, including Baldur's Gate 3,
Mhm.
which I fucking love this game so much, man. I just got to, I think, Act 3, which
Mhm.
is like the final act, but it took me so long to get there. I had so many like stupid shit like happen to me the past like day in the game where I was like hyper confident in this one area because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just making my way through this fucking like old tower and I see four
Yeah.
people in the distance and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna take these guys out real easy, real quick, no problem. So I walk up and they're like, yo, you ain't supposed to be here. And I had to roll a persuasion check saying, like, no, I am supposed to be here. And I failed
Right.
it immediately because I'm bad at rolling dice in any form. And
Right.
the main bitch, she goes like third in initiative. So like I get like a few good hits and I'm like, oh yeah, stun that person. Nice.
Mhm.
And then the main bitch, who's like a little bit farther back, apparently she knows fireball, which is a really big spell in which a giant fireball that's pretty much like the fucking spirit bomb that Frieza does, and
Yeah.
just throws it at my party casually, who
Mhm.
are all at full health, and I am team wiped. Just fucking murdered, dude. And I'm
Jeez.
like, I thought this was gonna be a simple fight. I got this one person stunned over here. I just got one shot.
You thought shit was sweet.
I did. I was like, "What the fuck, man?" Like, and it came out of nowhere too, because nobody in this area was doing a level spell like that high yet. So I was
Right.
like, "Yeah, there's no way in hell that this person's just gonna one shot my entire team." But they
Mhm.
did. And then I promptly reloaded my save, and then took an invisibility potion for my main character and made my group stay back. Walked up to behind her, triggered the combat with a random party member, and then my guy is still behind them, invisible, just
Right.
chilling. So he's not even in combat initiative yet, so I can just switch over to him casually. I fucking sweep the bitch's legs, knock her on the ground prone, and then I fucking beat the shit out of her because I'm a monk.
Nice.
So I'm just like, wham,
Nice.
bam, pop, pop, a little bit,
Mhm.
and fucking
Mm.
destroy her in one turn. And I'm like, nah, ain't happening again. So
Yeah,
then
this
I
this
fucking,
don't get used to that shit.
yeah, that ain't happening. I know now that you will you're that bitch, but I'm that guy, and I just
Right.
fucking took that bitch out.
You're that bitch, but I'm that guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy from Spy Kids 3. Um,
Oh, I wanna call this
anyway,
episode "You're That Bitch and I'm That Guy."
that'd be a good one.
It would.
Um, but yeah, man, it's just been really fun. There
Mhm.
was like a really nice and really cool boss fight at the end of the Act 2 area, and
Mhm.
then I went back to camp because I was leaving to go to actual Baldur's Gate, which is like a
Right.
city, and I was about to finally get there, and this shit happened where I got jumped in my camp, which hadn't really happened before.
Mhm.
And there's this like portal that opened that's like, come here and hop in the portal so that I could save you, pretty much. And I didn't hear that the first time that I played it. So I'm
Oh,
just
shit.
beating the shit out of everybody that's like running into my camp. Like they just keep running in and trying to like take me down.
Mhm.
And then out of nowhere, after like 4 turns, like this area effect happens and a cutscene triggers where every single one of my party members who have like the little tadpoles in their head just become the squid people. Just entirely.
Mm.
And I'm like,
Alright.
what the fuck did I miss? And it's like, you need to reload your save because you can't continue. You are no longer a person anymore. And I'm like, okay.
You are a squid.
Yeah. But it was very, very cool. Needless to say, run to the portal and make sure you hear when they say run to the portal. Because I reloaded my save and the first thing I heard was, please get in here quickly. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would have helped to have heard.
Nah, I won't be doing that. And
But
now you're Squid Man.
yeah. So I had to go back a little bit to reset that, which sucked, but it's all good. I'm in Baldur's Gate now. I got jump scared, which was not fun to say the least. Like I was just going around casually because there's so many people around, and I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to everybody because you can.
Yeah.
And I see
Mm.
this like guard, and I'm like, he's in a weird spot. Like there's like a little tucked away back area and like a set of doors behind him that are locked, and I'm like, oh, there's something in there. There's
Right.
something in there right there. I'm gonna go try and talk to this guard, see if I can distract him, and then get inside. I start having a conversation with the guard, and out of nowhere, he just gets like really fucking dark and starts like saying like, yeah, all these refugees, we should just fucking murder them all. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
You're like, what?
What?
What are you saying right
Like
now?
we were just talking about being from Baldur's Gate. Like I'm
Mm.
like it's where I grew up apparently, my character. I'm like, that's all we're talking about. And then out of nowhere, like, hey, these refugees are fucking shit. We should murder them in their sleep. We'll just go and slit all their throats. And I'm like, genuinely taken aback. And I'm like, aren't you
Yeah,
supposed to be like a guard?
you didn't
Like,
expect that.
yeah. And then he started doing some like fucking exorcist type shit and like twitching
Oh
and
shit.
turned into something which I can't say because it is a spoiler for like anything. But I just thought it was like some random guard, and it turns out it was
Mm.
like an actual encounter that you can do, and it happened like 3 more times. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, but it was
It's the game
very
that keeps on giving.
it was because man, I wish I could just like talk all about it, but it's funny because people are just like playing the fuck out of this game, but not getting to Act 3. Like I've been
Mhm.
avoiding spoilers for so long just because I'm taking like so much time to do all this stuff because there's so
Yeah.
much to do in every act, and I'm like, well, now I'm here and I have nobody to talk about it with. Fuck.
Listen, soon enough, yo.
Yeah, one day. But then the final thing that I've played this week, I
Mhm.
played on stream today for Figure Friday. It came out free for PlayStation Plus this month, and I decided it'd be fun to like just take a look at it and like because
Mhm.
it was supposed to be this big reboot of Saints Row,
We'll
and
get into that company who made that game in the news.
yeah, um, needless to say, man, that game's it. It's so weird, and I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna sound like backwards as fuck, but I
Yeah.
loved Saints Row the Third
Yeah,
back
that's
when I played it.
like a cult classic.
Yeah, on PS3. That's
Mhm.
when I played it. It was fun and it was good for the time. If I go back to it and probably play it now, I probably wouldn't like it as much, but still.
Right.
This one, it feels like I'm playing both. It feels like I'm playing the Saints Row the Third. If it was worse, the writing terrible. The fucking
Mhm.
animations terrible. The visuals terrible.
Damn, is this bad?
It's this bad, and then you get to the gunfights, and it's just like super boring. But then there's like hyper violent fatalities that you can do that
Mhm.
are like, where the fuck did this come from? Like one of them, you literally just beat the shit out of someone with your pistol, and then as they're dazed on the ground on their knees, you slowly reload your pistol, put it to their head, and pop them. And I'm like, okay, that was fucked up. And then another one, if you have your just fists out, you
Yeah.
grab them by the neck and just start bitch slapping them back and forth until they're like unconscious and then stab them. And I'm like, where's the knife coming from? Because I don't have a knife in my weapon slots. So I don't
Mhm.
know what's going on. You could also
You're
just
just
kick
doing
people.
just doing Mortal Kombat fatalities out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Literally that. And that's what like heals you if you're taking too much damage or some shit. But I was
Mhm.
like, this is weird. And the character creation, way too much stuff in there. Like I thought Starfield had too much shit, but like at least Starfield, it makes sense why there's so much customization. This game, there's no reason for how much customization that they put in it because it is a garbo game. I
Yeah.
made Squidward.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So I
Squidward
played
belongs
as
there.
a blue man with a brown t-shirt and blue undies, so I didn't get banned on stream. But
Right.
and he's got a giant fucking schnoz and 5 o'clock shadow, and he's got these fierce ass eyelashes to make him look like a cartoon character. I was doing that the whole time too. But dude, it was fun and bad at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. Like Will I play it more? Maybe as like a junk
Mhm.
food type thing, but like
I
I
mean, that's all I
literally
really saw it as, but it didn't look like the reviews weren't good for that game. But at the
yeah,
same time, when it was like when they were promoting it, it didn't look bad. It just looked like okay, it just looks
yeah,
like a GTA knockoff, uh which is what that series started as. It obviously rolled into becoming its own thing.
mhm,
So I mean, that's just what more it looked like more of that. I'm like, all right.
yeah, but it's fucking goofy, man. Like if you load it up just for like an hour, I feel
Mhm.
like you'll get the gist of why I just don't know what this game is. Like it started off with a rave at the Saints like hub, I guess, or like their mansion, and
Mhm.
it's like all purple. Everyone's wearing purple and shit, and then like it randomly cuts to like your character creation as like some
Right.
guy is coming to talk to you, and as the doors open it cuts to like a bright white, there's your character creation, cuts you back in, you walk out of the door like, hey man, it's a party, we'll talk business later, and then the party gets fucking jumped, you get dragged on the ground, and then there's a time skip to 3 months in the past, and that's where you start playing the game,
That's
and it
confusing
makes
a little bit.
it makes zero sense. You're a cop for some reason, but you're also doing bank heists and murdering people.
You're a
Like,
dirty cop.
but like it was your first day on the job as a cop. That's the thing. Like
You went
it's
in planning to be a dirty cop.
well, that's the crazy part. It's like that's it. It's like you and your three roommates, you got this job to pay the rent, but you guys also are stealing cars on the regular and doing crimes, and like one person's affiliated with a gang, like a genuine gang and
Mhm.
shit, and like it is a lot. Like it's just a clusterfuck of information.
That's fucking nuts, yo.
Yeah. But that's it's an all right time, I guess, if you just want
Mhm.
some turn your brain off bullshit. But what have you been playing? Cuz it's got to be better what I just described.
I guess I'll get my usual suspect out, and that's Zelda. So I started this week playing Zelda, and that was a great time, of course. Just me finally getting like on track with all the main stuff now.
Mhm.
Um, while getting happily distracted at the same time. So, um, then Sea of Stars dropped. I have put 16 hours into Sea of Stars,
All right.
which is the lot. That's some for me. That's some gaming ass gaming.
That is some gaming ass gaming.
um, but I think it helps that it's on the. I have it on the Steam Deck, so I'm just like in bed
True.
playing it. Um, and I'm just taking it all over the house and just playing it as I go. I'm loving it. It is. It might be one of the best retro inspired RPGs. Period.
Shit.
It is. It's Chrono Trigger mixed with some elements from Octopath Traveler, mixed with some like retro Final Fantasy elements, mixed with like
Okay.
some Bravery Default shit. Like it's Chrono Trigger is like the biggest influence, but it has
Mhm.
all these little extra things that are taken from other RPGs of its kind.
That's dope. Yeah.
It works so well. It's telling a great story. There's twists in the story that's like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Um, it and I don't know how long this game is. Like I said, I'm 16 hours in, and like a major plot thing happened that was like a huge like fuck you, like you didn't see this coming type shit.
Mhm.
And I'm continuing from there, and it's like I can't wait to pick it back up. Like it's been my like I haven't played Zelda since it came out. That's become my like laying in bed game.
Hell yeah.
And I'm
That's
gonna run
crazy.
through this. I'm gonna get through this because it's a little bit obviously it's more linear than Zelda is. It's like a straight up,
Yeah.
straight through story. So I can probably get through. I don't know how long it is, but as soon as I get through that, I'm gonna hop back to Zelda. But I'm enjoying my time with it, and I recommend it to anybody who's into those type of games.
I'm
Um,
definitely playing it. It's free on PlayStation, whatever plus
yeah,
I have.
it's
Forget which
it's free
one.
on that tier PlayStation, and it's on Game Pass. I saw
Yeah,
it on Game Pass. I was like, I should just get it here. But I was like, no, no, I want it on my Steam Deck. And I didn't
I
want to
feel
like
that.
stream it from my Xbox. Like I wanted the raw game on my Steam Deck.
I feel that.
Um,
Yeah.
because it's a perfect like, you know how you could put you could put the Steam Deck in suspend mode or like switch. You just turn off the
Yeah.
screen. It is a perfect game for that. For you, like you play a bit and you turn off the screen, go do what you gotta do, come back, turn the screen back, like pick up right where you are. It's the perfect game to do that in.
All right.
Like it works so well. Um, so anybody who's a fan of those games, I've been saying this ever since it's just been promoted, but it
Yeah.
lives up to the hype and it got great reviews and it lives up to the great reviews.
Game of
Um,
the year, do you think? In
no,
contention or no?
no, it might be um indie game of the year. I know that's an award. It might be that
Okay.
for me personally. I think it has a huge shot at that. I know their previous game, The Messenger, which was like a Ninja Gaiden like retro inspired game.
I think I remember that one.
I had it on Switch. I loved that game, and that got Indie Game of the Year that year at the awards. Messenger is really dope. So other than Sea of Stars and Zelda, Starfield. Starfield came out and well,
Forgot to
well,
talk about
let
that.
me back up some. Let me back up some. Um, the Turtles DLC, the Dimension Shell Shock DLC.
Yeah, how you been liking that?
It's not bad. I haven't dove too deep in it because
Mhm.
they're like the biggest draw for it is like this survival mode and it takes you through all these different dimensions. I have not
Mhm.
done that yet. I've just gone into arcade mode and played as like the new characters, like
Alright.
Karai and Usagi Jimbo, the rabbit. I've
Mhm.
been playing as them. And Karai is really dope. She's really fun to play with. She's very, very quick. She's like, got the ninja shit going on for her. So like very quick character, very fun to play, very button mashy. She can like juggle characters really easy. She's really fun to
Oh,
play
yeah.
with. So I played a little bit of that just to test it out. And then Starfield came out. So me and you decided to get the early edition of Starfield, which
Yeah,
didn't
we did.
plan on doing until we both got together and came up with the idea to put out content with it for the day that it drops.
Yeah.
Which in retrospect was a really good idea.
Yeah,
Because
man, I like these videos.
what you're making with the clips of us playing this game is so it's to the point where like I'm like we should do this more often with other games.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I still wanna do it with, like, games where we play together as well too, just 'cause I
Yeah.
feel like we gotta figure out It Takes Two at some point, like, with whatever the hell was going on with your account, like, we gotta figure that out soon for sure.
Is that on Steam? It has to be on
Uh,
Steam, right?
Probably. I don't know.
Um,
I think it was just your Ubisoft account, like, you could just send an email to John Ubisoft and be fine probably. Just put a
Jonathan
ticket in,
Ubisoft.
you know?
Because that was
But
annoying. I was ready to play that.
how do you
You
feel
also
about
sent me a game on Steam that I think we need to play.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I
I
don't
didn't
remember.
forget. We should play
Yeah,
that.
I think I bought that for both of us, and then we just
Yeah.
fucking forgot.
He was like, check your Steam. There was a gift in there.
Yeah. But all that aside, what are your first opinions of Starfield?
I
Same.
think Starfield is good. There's a caveat to that though.
There's so
Starfield
many
is
asterisks at the end.
yeah. Starfield. I feel like this. If I beat Starfield, it'll be by accident. It'll be like, oh shit, I didn't know I got this far and played it and beat it. Um, I'm not necessarily attempting to like go completionist on this game or anything like that.
Mhm.
I like Starfield because it's just a million things you can do and a million directions you can go in, and that is interesting to me because it's like anything can happen. This is my first Bethesda game. I've never played Fallout. I've never played Skyrim.
Mhm.
So a lot of these mechanics are familiar to people. People I've talked to like at work who were playing this game. They were like, yeah, it's like any of those other games, just in space now. I was like, all right, like I kind of understand that, and I kind of can see the mechanics, even though I've never played those games. But
Hmm.
I've gone on like YouTube and watched people play these
Yeah,
games.
for
Like I
sure.
know what these games consist of, so I'm not surprised by anything. But Starfield to me is a playground. It's just a playground. Like it's like while I wouldn't mind just like not no lifing it, but like straight up, this is my primary game because
Hmm.
you can get caught up in it like that. Like the footage I sent you earlier this week, the second video I sent you, the one that we're not going to get to for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think I've
l-
downloaded it yet.
yeah, like I feel like the amount of accidental side missions you can get that just like, oh shit, like there's a billion things to do. Like I'm literally heading towards something in these videos, and then at some point I'm just like, no, 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 wait, wait, I want to go do the main thing first. Then I go back, and then like I don't want to say what I was started running around doing primarily because it's kind of the whole focus of when you start chopping up that video.
I'm excited for that now. That's what my weekend consists of. I
I
have
was
nothing
helping
going
out
on.
an NPC in the little main hub area.
Yeah, the
Um,
Constellation Planet, where that place is.
yeah, where that is.
Okay.
Um, but then like I will say this, like I was reading no, I was into a podcast and they said one thing you want to do in Starfield, like if you could pull it off, like get arrested. I'm just like, why would I want to do that? But I ended up doing it, but it was by accident because when I listened to it, they said do this to get arrested. And I'm just like, why the fuck? And I didn't even get to that point, but I came on the planet as soon as you land, and they
Hmm.
have those little they're like square cleanup robots. They're just like going around cleaning shit up. And me being my asshole gamer self, I'm like, what is this little fucking? I just like meleeed it, and they're like, "Grr!" And then this cop came like, hey, you. I was like, oh shit, I'm getting arrested by accident.
Jesus.
He was like, you're coming with me, and you had options like you could run, or you could talk, or you could be like, I'll go quietly. And then
Hmm.
because when I did it, it hit me as like get arrested. I was just like, I'll go quietly. So I ended
Okay.
up in the police station behind the thing, and
Shit.
then you can start you can do police missions after that. You talk to the guy behind the counter, and he's like, we've been looking for people to help us solve little things out here, blah 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 blah. So then you start getting police missions that you can go. It's like I think the first one is called like what was it called? I forgot what the first mission is called, but like protecting the peace or something like that.
Hmm.
So like all of a sudden now, like I could be a cop, and I'm
By
just
getting arrested.
yeah, yeah. But then it's like, and of course I'm just in there stealing shit because that's what I do. But then I got shook because like they had like weapons out, like open cases of weapons, and I'm just
Ooh.
like, I want to steal this, but I'm in the police station. I feel like that won't go well. But I kept it in mind. I was like, I'm gonna come back here. But I say all that to say that's the type of shit that'll keep you going because I'm
Yeah.
just like, there's so many little avenues I could go in. I could just never play the main mission and have a laundry list of shit to do.
True.
And there was other little shit like you just run by people having conversations and all of a sudden their problem is yours. Like somebody was talking to somebody about some place, I don't even remember, and as soon as their conversation finished, which I wasn't involved in, it popped up for me like go here to find out blah 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 blah. Like, well now
Shit.
it's my problem somehow. Now I got to go fix their shit. But I did all the main things. As we talked about before, I stole the suit. I got the suit before they patched that shit out. Um, I got back on the ship. Had to like I'm on the main path now,
Okay.
but that little itchy part in the back of my brain is just like, but there were so many little side missions now that I want. I don't know. I left the planet, but I want to go back just to do all that shit.
Damn.
Um, but I like the game. I don't think it's like something I'm gonna take uber seriously though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, I have fun while playing it, but right now my motivation is to just do funny shit for clips and stuff.
I feel that. Uh I don't know if I like it, man. I don't know if I
Really?
like it at all.
Really?
I think it's just because it's a Bethesda game, and I'm not a fan of them in the first place. But like, and it's not even because of the actual gameplay or like the story or the issues that I was having on my main PC, which on my laptop I wasn't having,
Mhm.
even though I did have an issue where my gameplay just corrupted itself after an hour of gameplay. So that was an issue. But
Yeah, it's an issue.
it's like simple stupid shit that pisses me off in this game.
Mhm.
Like not being able to switch your weapon or having two toggleable weapons like in Call of Duty or something. Like
Mhm.
that's annoying. Having to go into my inventory every time to switch which weapon I want to use. That's annoying. Fucking the whole entire space portion of the game doesn't matter because you can just
Yo,
fast travel everywhere you fucking want to go.
nothing real quick to jump in because I got my nothing is intuitive.
Nothing.
Nothing. And
And
that's annoying.
you know
Like,
what? The thing that pisses me off the most about it though is like it's the thing that the people you said at work said. Oh, it's just like the other games. I don't just because it's a Bethesda game does
mm,
not give you the excuse to make it the least intuitive piece of shit ever to get
yeah.
accustomed to. Like you want this to be the game that brings in all of these Game Pass subscribers and Xbox users.
Mhm.
And then you fucking alienate all of those people that have never played a Bethesda game anymore by just being like, "Oh yeah, it's a Bethesda game. That's just the way it is." That's stupid. That's bullshit.
And that's the thing. Like, it's funny because they're not saying that, but people
No,
who
it's
are
the
playing it are
fans,
saying
and
that.
it's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
stupid. Like how like I don't want to say meat riding, but like how can you meat ride a company so much that you just defend them by like it's just their thing. It just sucks to get used to playing the game because of that. Like it's the same thing with like fucking people who are like, "Yo, you got to watch this TV show." The first 5 seasons suck ass, but once you get to
Yeah.
season 6, fuck you. If I'm not in
Yeah.
by episode 2, I'm out.
It is there was a lot of like because it's slow to start. Like I
I
don't even think I'm at like the real meat of the game yet. It's just
I
more so like you're the first 4 hours are you just like doing that first initial mission, getting the constellation, getting the chick,
yeah.
getting back on the ship. Like it's just
I didn't
that
even get
stuff, and
back on
then
the ship yet. I got to her. She said she's joining me, and that's it.
I
That's
got back.
all
I
I got
did
to.
that. Got back on the ship, took off from the ship, landed on the planet, ran around a little bit, and that's where I cut it off. I didn't even get to the main mission after that.
Mhm.
But yeah, like the planet, like the traversal to planets is like
It's stupid.
it's not.
Mm.
I don't think that part of the game, which when they were showing the game, promoting it, looked incredible. I don't think that part of the game is fun. All
No.
the fun is being on foot and like fighting space pirates and shit and
Yeah,
looking for
and
stuff.
like battling in space is fun, but like it's such a like specific thing. If it like here's what I would have liked. I would have liked it if I'm like fast traveling to a planet and then I'm
Mhm.
in like the planet's surface still and I can just go land kind of like how it is in No Man's Sky a little bit. I like
Mhm.
the way that they did it more where you can land while you're in space and just fly to the planet as opposed to like doing it for like 8 fucking years to get there
Yeah.
or hit the M button and then you fucking just hit X to travel to immediately where you want to go and it just plays a little ooh baby little baby cutscene and then you're there. Like that's
Yeah.
so dumb. What's the point of me flying in space if I can just fast travel in a matter of 30 seconds to where I need to be?
And then it's like twofold because then you have to set course. So when I first was playing it, I'm like, all right, bet, set course.
Yeah.
And then it shows you in front of the planet. And I sat there for a second and just was like like flying towards it. I'm like, I thought after a while, I'm
Mhm.
like, I thought I was here. I was like, oh no, I also have to go back in, hold X to let I was like, so what's the point of the set course thing? Just like you might as well cut out the middleman and just say hold X to land on the planet.
For
Why am
sure.
I setting the course and then pausing it again and then going back to the map and then pressing X to land on the planet?
It's shit. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's shit when it comes to that, and it really fucking grinded my gears. Cause
Mhm.
like that's the fun part, you know. Like that's what makes it different than the Fallout's and the fucking Skyrims is that you have this space travel option to go in between the planets, you know?
Mhm.
That's what's supposed to make it different. Yeah, the stuff on the ground is fun and like being like and shooting once your computer's not fucking taking a shit while you're doing it. Like it's fun and it feels good,
Mhm.
but all of the hindrances and then like another thing that pisses me off about it, and it was the fucking when you first go into the area where the pirates are at the
Mhm.
beginning, right? And you're with your robot man and you're walking through this area and you start taking them out and there's just one room in one of the hallways that has a dartboard.
I
And
remember
tell
the
me
dartboard.
how every fucking dart was an item that you could take. And they weren't just the same dart, they were color coded darts. So there was like different colored version ones. Like that's so unnecessary. I don't need
Mm.
these darts. I can't throw them. I can only sell them as items. Like in Cyberpunk, when I found a dildo on the street, it wasn't like 40 fucking dildos at 87 different colors in their different variants, the Comic-Con version and the New York Comic-Con version. We don't have those. Fucking Starfield, you got everything, man. Like there was a fucking penis pump in one of the rooms that I saw. I'm like, dude, I don't need this.
I didn't realize, which I should. I said it in the playthrough. I was like, I'm waiting to get to a point where picking up
Yeah.
all this shit is gonna fuck me over, and it did. And in the videos coming up that you haven't cut, I spent so much time in the menu, like, fuck, I gotta drop shit because I had so much shit at one point. Like, if I even just walking, not running, my all my shit started draining. I was like, I can't even
Yeah.
walk. I just have to drop everything.
It's a
And
I,
and then the no map is good. Like, why does the mini map suck? Like,
the
it's
map sucks. It's the worst.
I'm like in the video coming up that I had to do the thing for the NPC.
Mhm.
She needed me to go get something for her. Nothing in she couldn't tell me nothing in that game told me where that place was. I had to walk just around Constellation, taking the train. I had to find wherever this place was to get to the thing, but the map doesn't set a course to it. You just have to find it. I'm like, I could be walking around here for hours. I don't know where. I just happen to run into it.
That's not even fun, too. Like some people would argue like, "Oh yeah, you can just walk around and do all these things." No, tell me where to go. Like I don't know. It's
Like, just
annoying.
set the course. It sets the course for like the main mission stuff when you got that blue dot and you get there. For
Yeah.
this mission, it just gave me nothing. I was like, well, how do I know how to solve this
You
without?
don't
And
get
I
fucked.
eventually did. I stumbled upon it by accident and I got the thing. And the payoff was like,
Yeah.
you'll just
You want
have
to know the real reason why? Because it's a Bethesda game.
to.
Fucking dumb.
And I know
That's the
right now
podcast
I'm
title.
not saying,
Because it's a Bethesda game.
yeah, that's a good one. And I know right now I'm not sounding like I enjoyed it, but when you're in those like that beginning mission, you and the robot,
Yeah.
those type of missions, that's fun. Like creeping through this place, watching out for guys, like having the firefights with them, making
Yeah.
decisions based on how this is gonna, what the outcome is gonna be. And I'll talk about it since it's the opening mission, like the first major mission. Like how at the end of that, if you say the right things, those robots won't kill you. They'll just be like, all right, we'll just get off the planet.
You mean
I
the
forgot.
pirates?
Yeah, if you I forgot what I said specifically, but there was an option where they pick the right combination of
Hmm.
responses. They'll be like, all right, we won't engage. You just get off our planet, and don't do anything.
Hmm.
And you can walk by them and they won't fuck with you.
I
But
tried to do that and they weren't having it. I was like, yo, there's nothing on that ship. If you want to come on and check, you can.
mhm.
And he's like, that's a fucking trap if I've ever seen one. And I'm like, cool then. I found this knife. I'm going to stab you with it. Like,
And
what
see,
do you
I forgot what I picked, but whatever I picked, they didn't fuck with me. They were just like, all right, you're free to go. So I walked, I tested it out because I got close to them, and they're just like, "You better go before we change our mind." They just wasn't fucking with me. But then I noticed there was a red barrel behind them, so I shot the red barrel, killed them, even though they gave me clearance, stole all their shit, and left the
Yeah.
planet.
I stole their helmet. That helmet that they had is fucking sick. It's red
Yeah.
and it has like a really thin visor. I put that on with the stolen suit.
Mm-hmm.
Looks super cool because there's red on the shoulder pads for the
Mm.
suit that you steal, so it matches. It looks like a fucking Power Ranger.
Yo, speaking of more non-intuitive bullshit in that game, I stole the suit, and in the menu where like you're taking it, I accidentally hit um A on the Xbox controller, but it was for store, so I'm assuming it stored the suit away
Like
in
where?
where? So hey, you'll see it.
I didn't even know that's a thing that I could do.
Yo, so after that point, I just had the helmet and the backpack. I'm like, where did it go? Like, where'd the suit? Where it said it stored it. I'm like, stored it where? You didn't tell me anything about
I'm trying to
storage or
steal. Let me do my thing.
I had it on and then it was like store. And I meant to hit A just to
Equip it or
pick
something.
it to equip it. But A was in that menu when you first get it before you go in your inventory. So it's
Mhm.
like if you're picking up an item, it's going to ask you if you want to hold it or you want to put it in storage, I guess. So I was in that menu. I hit A and it stored the suit part. And I only had the helmet and the backpack. I'm just going through every menu, like, where did it go? And up to this point, I didn't play for that much longer after that, granted, because I got to
Yeah.
back to the ship. So I'm assuming there is storage on the ship
Most
somewhere,
likely. Yeah.
but nothing up to that point in the game tells you where that is. I was like, well, this shit's just somewhere.
Yeah. The worst thing is like there are like little pop-ups that happen from time to time that are like tips, and
Mhm.
shit. But they're always not at times that matter. You know what I mean? Like it's like some random shit like, "Oh yeah, if you do this then this happens." Like, "Okay, cool. Never going to need that for like the next
Right.
5 to 10 hours of this game because I don't have what you just explained to me in my
Right.
inventory." Meanwhile, simple things like that where it's like, "Oh, you stored it. That's the first time that this player has ever stored something.
You
Trigger
should
the
pop
tip
up like,
that says
yeah.
you stored an item. That means it's on your ship in your storage container, which can be found here." That's how video games work.
Yo, for me, it was just like, did I just destroy it? Is it gone forever? Did I get the rare suit and fuck up the suit?
The funny part is you could have just reloaded your save back like a minute or two.
Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that in the
Yeah.
moment. I kept trying to figure out where the suit was.
Yeah. My brain
I'm
just is on that because of how Baldur's Gate is, and sometimes you gotta
true.
cheese it with a save
Yeah.
sometimes.
And I'm sure it's on the suit. I mean, the ship. I've already read things where people are saying, and a quick way to access your storage. So I know there's a way to access it.
Yeah,
It's just that in that moment, it was like, it didn't communicate to me
at all.
how or where the storage is.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like it's not intuitive enough to like say that it's okay. Like just saying it's a Bethesda game isn't okay. It needs to be more intuitive. It needs to
Mhm.
help the player base learn how to play the game. Like you need to teach me how to play and not just let me do it. That's stupid. Or just give an option for that to be a thing. Like, hey,
Mm.
make this a shitty Bethesda game where nothing tells me how things work, or a little slider and it's like play tips and
Yeah.
tricks and shit like when things are happening. Like
Yeah.
something.
Show prompts when actions happen for the first time. Because I
Something.
knew nothing.
I don't know.
But I don't know. Like so, but I think Starfield is good. Asterisk, 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 asterisk for me.
I think Starfield is meh. Super amount of asterisks as well. Um
It's
but we're still
fun
gonna play
for
it.
yeah. I'm still playing. It's fun for the purposes that we're using it for right now.
Oh yeah. Until it becomes not fun,
Yeah.
that is while it will stay on my laptop. I'll play that shit. I'll probably play a little bit tomorrow as well before I
Mm,
edit the third video, but like I have to do like such a weird. I have to unplug my keyboard that's on my desk cuz this
mm.
doesn't have a space to go. And then I take my laptop and I put it at an angle on top of this keyboard so that it's like pushing down buttons, but then there's like a giant space for the air to like, go out cuz it's a
I get
laptop.
yeah.
Then I take this tray table here that I got, and I put that in front of me, and then I have to put my fucking keyboard that's separate from my laptop here, and then play it like this. It's
What a
it's a
rig.
mess.
What a
It's a f-
rig you had to set up.
and then even worse, I'm recording my face on this computer and my voice, and then on my laptop I'm just recording the gameplay, but it's still having issues.
Yeah. It's the perfect way to sum it up right there.
That's how I feel when it comes to Starfield. But it's time to get to this long ass list of news that we got.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the longest what we played this week segment we've had in a
Yeah,
long time.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
But here comes Mario's ass.
Let's get to the news. Get to the news.
Get to the news. Say Before Quitting news, as always, brought to you by SayBeforeQuitting.com, where you can get your hoodies for the cold season coming up. Please, heat waves, stop.
Yeah.
I want to die.
Yeah, it's like summer was like, if I'm going down, I'm taking y'all with me.
Global warming, bro.
Fucking crazy.
Shit ain't real. It's
Nothing's
a joke.
real.
It's just fucking joke. I swear. Oh, we got up first, Ant.
Up first, Tokyo Game Show is happening from September 21st to 23rd. Last year's Tokyo Game Show had a lot of big reveals, and apparently this one will be its biggest. But apparently this will be the biggest one yet. Confirmed attendees at the show is Capcom, Square Enix, PlayStation, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sega, Konami, and more. So we got the three big ones plus some major publishers. I'm interested to see what actually gets revealed here.
Hell yeah.
And that is, again, September 21st to the 23rd.
Towards the end of the month.
Yep.
Next up, there's going to be an in-depth, well, it already happened,
Well, yeah,
Mario's 2D scrolling adventure for Super Mario Bros. Wonder. How'd that go, Ant? Because I did not watch it.
It was fine. It was just showing more of the game, which isn't that much more than we've already seen in the reveal trailer. They went a little bit more in depth on the modes and characters and new mechanics and stuff like that. But I mean, it looks fun. It looks more and more like just new Super Mario Brothers with a fresh coat of paint. Not to say that that's a terrible thing because those games were very successful. I think this game has a little bit more like fun quirks to it.
This is
So
the
I'm still
Elephant Mario, right?
Yes. So I'm still interested to play it. I just kind of like, while I do think this looks good, it still looks so reminiscent of New Super Mario Brothers to me. Not nearly as plain Jane as those games were. They definitely took creative liberties in this, and I'm glad because side-scrolling Mario kind of needed that fresh coat of paint after New Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers 2, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, New Super Mario Brothers U. They came out with so many versions of that game to the point where it was just like, we're burnt out. Like, so this seems like different to the point where, like, on purpose. And I was reading that like they had, like, the people who were working on the game, like, they had no timeline. Their only goal was to add so many different and new creative things to it that hasn't been seen. They didn't want to reuse any of the old power-ups until they came up with a certain amount of new things. And I respect that for trying to refresh this thing.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it was just more in-depth look at the game, pretty much.
Dope. Next up, something that you're probably very excited for because Brostalgia just posted a shit ton of videos about it. Well, not this specifically, but the old stuff.
But it was this
timing.
The timing, and that wasn't planned. We couldn't have planned that because
you recorded them 2 years ago. There's no way in the hell you could have planned this.
And then we just put them out in order. So this just happened to land at the perfect time because Mortal Kombat is all in the news right now. And they put out a trailer that recreated the original Mortal Monday trailer from the 90s. You had to have heard for people listening, like, you had to have heard like the retro, like, Mortal Kombat, that yell. They redid that commercial with the crowds of people running around, everybody screaming with Batista. It was really, really cool. Especially cool if you like reference the old one and then look at the new one.
That's for one person that watches this podcast.
They'll get it. But yeah, like I think that's a really, really dope. In fact, today, if you want to relate it to nostalgia, you sent it to me. They put out the trailer for Jean-Claude Van Damme playing the version
Yeah.
of Johnny Cage, which for those who have actually watched Nostalgia, we just covered how that was in the history of the game, how the game initially was supposed to be a Jean-Claude Van Damme game, and he became Johnny Cage because they couldn't get Jean-Claude Van Damme. So now, 30 years later, they got Jean-Claude Van Damme as a skin for Johnny Cage, and it's his voice and everything.
It's pretty
And
good too.
that's
Like
yeah,
it
it looks
looks good.
amazing, and it looks really, 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 really dope. And I kept saying like, I don't think I'm going to buy Mortal Kombat,
You're
blah blah.
getting it.
But the
You're
more that they show, it looks so good.
Dude,
It
I knew
looks
you were
so
getting that from
good.
the first day that was shown. There ain't no way in hell you're not getting Mortal Kombat day one.
It looks so good. I didn't plan to spend money on that.
Well, change the plan
I might have to shoot some footage of that.
for sure. I'll get my ass kicked by you. I'll come over and we'll play.
All right.
I'll lose
That
every game.
we don't know that yet. I
I
haven't
know
played
that.
Mortal Kombat in a while.
I'm terrible at fighting games.
I haven't. What's the last fighting game I played? Street Fighter
Street Fighter
Six.
Six.
That wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. What do we got up
Next
next?
up,
I'm just gonna. No offense, CLD, but nobody cares about iPhone.
I actually might get that iPhone.
Fucking
I haven't
sheep.
bought an iPhone. In a while. I got.
Sheep.
I'm not one of those like freaky weirdos that gets every single new one that drops. So I'm overdue for another phone. So I actually might do it.
One moment, I'm getting a sound ad to the soundboard just so I can, you know, make this very accurate for the situation at hand. One moment.
Mm-hmm. While he gets that, we're referencing the iPhone 15 that's supposed to be revealed on the 12th.
Sheep.
Well, a sheep would get it every. I haven't had one, and I have an 11 Pro Max. They're at 15. What the fuck was that other one? What the hell was that noise? Did somebody hump the sheep?
You know the puffer fish with the carrot?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Sorry, CLD. iPhones suck. We already talked about that in the chat earlier for Figure Friday. But
I can't go back, yo. I was Android for a while. I can't go back to Android now. I'm on
Google's
iPhone.
better. Google Pixel. There are Androids I know. Ryan had to correct me in the chat, even though it was a part of the joke, but whatever. CLD did post one good thing in the chat, though, which was something pretty cool about the Flash alternate endings that would have set up the new DCEU.
Mm-hmm.
Go read it if you have the chance to and have seen Flash already. If you haven't seen Flash already, it's on HBO Max already.
Well, I guess I can watch that this weekend.
Oh,
I haven't watched it yet.
So here's the thing. If you watch that this weekend, I would very much enjoy if you were to do a live Snapchat reaction of what's happening on your screen and like send like just every once in a while just send me like a little update Snapchat because I need some entertainment this weekend and that sounds like the peak of entertainment.
All right.
It's a personal request. If you don't watch it, it's all good, but that's my personal request.
Are you expecting me? What are you expecting from me? To be like, what the fuck is this?
I just want your like genuine reaction to what you're seeing, like actually, and then I don't know. I'll just wait. I'll wait until you get to see it. But next up, it's time to talk about some bad news. This is probably the worst news that came out in the past 2 weeks.
This is craziness. All right. I prefaced posting this in the news section with Sony is insane. PlayStation Plus price has increased. For the essential tier, which is just to have online.
Yeah.
And sometimes don't they still give out like a free game here and there?
You get your monthly. Monthly 3.
Base level online for PlayStation is now $80. $79.99.
That's more than this beautiful controller that I just got today.
Yeah. I haven't taken mine out of the box yet.
I had to. It's pretty.
Yeah, I saw how pornographic you got with that. You were just
I'll
like,
clip that
"Yeah,
later.
look at that."
Dude, it's so good, man. It's nice.
It is very nice. It is very nice.
Sorry, back to Sony being
Yeah.
bad. They did
So,
one good thing. That's
yeah,
it.
right. Essential tier, like we just said, $80. The extra tier is $135. And the premium tier is now $160. What?
So I have the premium tier.
And this is per year for people
Yeah.
who don't know that.
I am for sure going down to essential. Because I do not use the shit in Premiere enough for me to warrant spending that much a year on this shit. That's insane.
Yes. That's crazy.
Like, it doesn't make. As a human being, I do not understand how the world works right now. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
cost of living is up, cost of groceries is up, cost of entertainment is up now. But the
It
money is staying the same that is being given to us. What the fuck
Yes.
are we supposed to do?
What's going on in the world with that shit?
Like,
And
I'm not a person that knows anything about money. I'm the worst with money. I just spent $500 on a Star Wars ship that's like this big. But still,
but I
like,
refuse.
but like it doesn't, like, at least for that, it's like, I in
That's
my
a
brain it's
rare
like,
collectible. Like that's a rare
yeah,
thing.
like in my mind it's like, okay, this is a thing that will only accrue in value if I keep it nice and pretty. I always keep my shit nice and pretty. Cool, we're good. This is a good investment, but I probably won't ever sell it.
Right.
That's my brain. I have the money. I'm good. How does the world make sense right now, dude? Explain it to me. How much does it cost for rent, bruh? What the fuck?
Too much.
The world sucks.
And they didn't even give a good reason. It just says the price adjustment will enable us to continue bringing high quality games and value added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription service.
What are those benefits? Are they gonna fucking send me a GS5?
They need to send something because it's like, t- first of all, y'all are in the lead. Y'all are making all the money
Yeah.
essentially. Like y'all are dropping bangers this year too, third party ones as well. On top of the fact that Spider Man's about to drop, like what, and then like what in the, excuse me, what?
Less.
Thank you. I don't understand what warrants this. If with PlayStation being in the position that they're in, what warrants this?
Because they can.
I guess so.
Here's the thing though. If you think about it from that point of view, like if you're an executive, let's just say that you're you're John Sony, and you're sitting at
John
the top
Sony.
of the fucking Sony towers in your Sony seats in the Sony boardroom.
Sipping from your
Y'all are
Sony cup.
hitting, y'all are hitting on every level. You throwing out bangers and shit. Why wouldn't you charge more for your products if the quality's so good? But that's the
Yeah, but
dumbass mindset of it, like it's just like there's no reason to, but motherfuckers like us are still gonna buy it.
but your consumers aren't sitting in the Sony seats. Your
True.
consumers are still busting their ass trying to make money to afford your shit, and you went up while you're in the lead. Like what?
I
Obviously,
mean,
them being in the lead also lends itself to as to why they feel like they can do it. They can
yeah.
feel cocky about it. But it's like you're
They just know that people won't. Here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people aren't even gonna realize that it happens. That's one thing. Like there's still
Mhm.
gonna be like a pop-up like on your PlayStation probably one day where it's like, hey, just so you know, there's a price change. And people are gonna click through it like it's Netflix, when they add like an extra dollar or two per month
Yeah.
for their shit. And I feel like they have a feeling that that's just going to be the way it is. People aren't going to notice. And then the amount of people that are like, nah, I'm going to a lower level or I'm just altogether done, the it doesn't outweigh just getting more money in general, I
But
think, for them.
if they went up a couple of bucks, not to say I'd be happy about it, but like if they went from $60 for essential to like it's let's go max, like say you go 65, it's $5 more. While I'd be upset, it'd be like,
I wouldn't be
I'm
upset
going
about that
I'm
at all. I'd be like, okay.
uh,
Sure.
well, you had that initial upset, like you said with the Netflix thing. You'd
Yeah.
be like, "Oh, here they go again." I might do that. I might be like, "Oh, whatever. I'll spend the $5.
Mhm.
Whatever." You j- you jumped up $20.
It's
That's
too
an
drastic.
entire that's an entire other subscription service to another service.
That's a really good meal at Taco Bell.
$20 is enough. That's that's like a Disney Plus, that Disney Plus Hulu ESPN package. That's just that whole thing. I have to buy
Yeah,
another subscription. It's like adding another subscription service to my bill within one subscription service,
it's bad.
and it's more expensive than that.
Yeah. Needless to say, though, I feel like a lot of people are going to be dropping from premium because no offense to them, but I don't think it's worth it in the first place. I've had it for
No,
a
and it's
little bit
not like
now, but
if if PlayStation was doing with premium something similar to Game Pass, then I might be like, while that price sucks, if I'm getting every first party Sony thing for nothing
yeah,
just to pay this every year, maybe. I'm like, that's a bigger it becomes more digestible at that point.
for sure.
Even if I don't want to do it, at least I know I'd be getting I'd be getting top quality for my money. Like, all right, well, I'll just get this and I'll have Spider-Man and whenever Horizon comes out and Wolverine and all that stuff, I know I'll just have included.
Last of Us 2 remastered.
Yeah, whenever that comes out and
It's
factions or
getting
whatever,
announced at yeah. It's gonna be at Game
something.
Awards for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But not to
Um,
spend too much time on this because we got to talk about Game Awards later too
we have
in this.
so much to scroll down. I thought we had a little bit left. We're only on
No,
the 30th, and it's the
yeah,
8th.
you're right.
We're gonna, I'm gonna do a couple quick ones real quick.
All right.
I'm gonna knock these out. So Lara Croft is joining Call of Duty soon as an operator.
Saw that. That's
Pretty cool.
nice. Cool,
Whatever.
cool, cool.
Microsoft dropped the $1 Game Pass trial right before Starfield because obviously
Yes, of course you're gonna do that.
makes sense. It's whatever. I don't think
hmm
that's that big of a deal. If you do, you're insane. Um, CLD posted a close-up image of the PlayStation 5 with the Spider-Man plates and the Spider-Man controller. If you want to go check that out, box art is also
That back of that box. Yeah, I'm about to
gorgeous.
say that. The back of that box looks so good.
Moving on from that, Fall Guys is they got SpongeBob, they got
Yep.
handsome Squidward, Sponge Gar from
Yeah.
the future episode,
Mm.
and then
That
dumbfounded
Patrick
Patrick
from
meme.
that all those memes. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is about all the fast news we're gonna get through. Next up is Starfield stuff, just saying that it's good apparently, according to people
It
all around the world.
ranges from tens down to sevens across all review platforms for
If you
Starfield.
were going to give it out of 10 right
hmm
now, just with what you've played, with all your grievances, nothing else, what would you give it right now?
I'd probably lean towards the IGN score and GameSpot and PC like a 7.5, maybe.
6.5 for me. For now.
I'm not mad at that.
But like,
Uh,
here's the thing: it's better than average, but that's not good enough in my opinion for what this was, in my mind, supposed to be.
hmm
If that makes sense.
I
Next
like
up. So
it. No, 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 you're good. I yeah, that range seems right to me. I'm not even calling it bad. I just think
yeah.
I do not think Starfield is a 10 in any
Oh
way.
no.
I
No
I
way in
know
hell.
I'm not far into it or whatever, but so far I'm not having any kind of perfect 10 experiences. I'm having fun. It's a game of for me, like this is a game of the moment, and it's great. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a 10.
Yeah. I am full agreement with that. Let's go next though. You want to take the next one?
Yeah, sure. Volition Games is closing, effective immediately. Um, they put up a statement. The Volition the Volition team has proudly created world-class entertainment for fans around the globe for 30 years. We've been driven by a passion for our community and always work to deliver joy, surprise, and delight. This past June, Embracer Group announced a restructuring program to strengthen Embracer and maintain its position as a leader in the video game industry. As a part of the program, they've evaluated strategic and operational goals and made the difficult decision to close Volition effective immediately. To help our team, we are working to provide job assistance and help smooth the transition for our Volition family members. We thank our customers and fans around the world for all the love and support over the years. You will always be in our hearts, Volition Games. If you don't know who Volition
You'll
is,
be
they are
in
the Saints Row
my
people.
heart. Yes,
And
you'll be in my heart.
nice.
That's my brain went right there. Tarzan, baby.
Yeah. They Volition has been in the industry for 30 years. Um they're best known currently for the Saints Row games. Um so them closing after all that time is kind of crazy.
It
But I
is.
think once Saints Row didn't make back what they thought they were going to do, and then they had the game before that that took place in the Saints Row universe.
I
Fuck,
don't
I
even
can't
know.
remember.
I fell
It
off
was a
from it.
I don't want to not hold on. Let me look.
While you're looking that up, I will say it is funny to me that not funny in like a haha way because people lost their jobs, but like in a funny and
Agents of
ironic way.
Agents of Mayhem.
Ah, I don't remember that one, but it is ironic to me that the company that made their game to be a parody of GTA
Mm-hmm.
lost their steam around the time that GTA 5 came out because nothing could capture that same feeling of GTA
Mm-hmm.
5 because obviously look how long it's been going on now and we still haven't even had 6 as a announcement, and it speaks a lot to that because they tried to reboot the series and it should have been better than GTA 5 because for how long GTA 5 has been out, like come on man,
Yeah.
but it is nowhere close to being
No.
better than GTA 5 or even a good parody of it for the world in that sake. It just
Yeah.
feels lazy, I'd say so far. Um, but it
Volition
does suck.
also made the Red Faction games. I used to like Red Faction. It's a shooter.
The name's familiar, but I don't think I played it
I used to
personally.
like those games. Yeah.
Yeah. It's always sad to see another studio close their doors just because we just know most of the time they ain't coming back, and that just means the property's most likely dead in the water. So the last Saints Row is probably the last Saints Row.
Yeah. Seeming that
Um,
way.
which hey, that just might be how it be, you know.
Yep.
Next up, a couple more quick things. Payday 3 did a like little press event. We posted the TikTok over in the Discord if you want to check it out, and it was pretty fucking cool. So there was
That
like a
was pretty
line of
cool.
people in a bank, and all the
Mm-hmm.
robbers were handing like the goodie bags for the event to the creators that are in the line or whoever showed up for
Right.
it and whatnot. So that was pretty cool. If you want to go check that out, the PSP is up for pre-order on PS Direct, is
Okay.
what they called it. Um, but it's 199 if you want that glorified tablet, and if you want
Yep.
a PlayStation 5 branded iPad for your iPad kid, you can get that.
There you
Um,
go. The PlayStation
ironically,
Portal.
you can only get one. There's a quantity limit of one per order, as if anybody would want more than one of these.
Have not seen not a single tweet or post about this thing being sold out.
Nope. Um, next up, another quick one: GI Joe: Wrath of Cobra is coming 2024 on Steam. Looks like a nice beat 'em up,
Keep the arcade
TMNT
brawlers
street game,
coming.
and horny for it. The biggest
Yeah, I
news
am.
this week, is that Donna from Hey Donna G4 from the
Oh, that's
Resurgence.
right. Initially, I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
But I do
it's
remember you talking
Donna.
about. I missed
Um,
that.
this is my favorite creator on the internet, Will Neff, dressed in drag as the character Donna, who had her own show on G4, and recently made a little bit of a comeback for a OTK video that they did where they pretty much stole Wheel of Fortune and just did that. But
Mhm.
Donna was the lady who did the tiles on the wall, so
Yeah.
that was fun, good time. There's a bunch of clips that I posted way down below of the event, and The whole video is fun. I'm not a huge fan of OTK as an org in the video game space personally,
Yeah,
but this was fun if you want to go watch that. It's literally just Wheel of Fortune, but with a bunch of streamers that don't understand how things work. So it's a fucking
funny.
mess.
Yeah, of course.
Um, and then I guess this next thing, the Lenovo thing, Gaming Legion handheld device.
The Lenovo Legion Go is what it's
Yeah.
called.
What are you thinking about this, John? You
I'm not gonna get. It's pretty much we were calling it a was it a Sweemch, a Steam Witch, a Stitch, a Switch deck because Lenovo has put out their version of the Steam Deck, but it also has detachable what do Joy Cons like a
yeah,
Switch.
for no reason.
Yeah, so I mean, sure, Steam. Everybody's trying to come up with their own Steam Deck now.
I think my favorite one was Sweemch Desk.
Sweemch deck.
That's my favorite one so far. Um,
So fuck
what?
it. Lenovo makes good shit. I mean, I had to watch some reviews. I don't know the ins and outs of it.
All right, what we got next, Ant? You got this next one.
Next up, wait, which one?
SAG.
Ah, interactive media video game strike authorization vote goes to SAG-AFTRA members. Um, so I don't think I ever clicked this link. So I'm assuming interactive media. SAG-AFTRA National Board votes unanimously to send interactive media, video games agreement strike authorization with text app size. Oh, that's the name of the thing. My bad. Can you dumb this down for me? They are
Pretty
joining the
much they're
strike.
joining the strike in
Okay, all right,
solidarity
all
with
right,
SAG after it and
got it.
WGA, I think it is. I can't remember. But yeah, which is good because a lot
Yeah,
of the voice actors aren't necessarily paid amazingly for video games, and they're also residuals aren't the best as well.
got it.
So it's good to see people who in the creative field have been dogged on for so long by non-creative people that just happen to have money can finally get
Right,
something to, maybe live a life that doesn't suck 50% of
right.
the time.
When
So,
you're putting your hard ass workout.
yeah. So
Yes,
that
that's good news.
good news in my opinion. I do hope that the strikes end soon because there's so much shit that I want to talk about. Like I want to talk about Ahsoka on the podcast, but like I feel like I can't because in theory talking about it in a promoting fashion is like trying to monetize or whatever. And I'm like, what? I'll just shut the fuck up then. And I get it because I'm not trying to like step on anyone's toes.
Mm,
But moving on from that, AEW had some news this week. Wrestling. We're getting to
uh-huh.
wrestle talk here. So CM Punk is a wrestler who came back to AEW. Well, who was a WWE wrestler, left there. People have been clamoring for him to come back for years. He finally came back, but he came back to AEW. Then
Mhm.
last year at a pay-per-view, him and three of the like VPs of the company who were also wrestlers who made like the company in the first place got in like a brawl in CM Punk's locker room with CM
Mhm.
Punk's trainer behind the scenes. They were all, sent home. They were sent on leave and shit. The three VPs finally came back after a while, and then CM Punk recently came back after a while, maybe about 2 or 3 months ago, when they made a new television show called Collision on Saturdays, in which he was like the one that was. If you want to go see CM Punk, he's on Saturday only. That's it.
Okay. Mhm.
Then they had another pay per view, the same one, All In, but this time in London, record breaking, the biggest wrestling show ever in history. And
Sheesh.
he got into another fight, but this time
Wow.
it was right in Gorilla, which is where the boss, Tony Khan, sits with the headphones and watches the TV. and like it's right where the wrestlers go through before they go to the ramp. That's what Gorilla is. He got in a fight with another wrestler inside of there and then threatened Tony Khan himself, the owner of the company.
Man, he's going at it.
Yeah. So he was fired. Thank the fucking Lord. Fuck CM Punk. He's bad. I wanted to make that a point to say that. So that's why, and even Frankie was with me. This should have come sooner, is what he said, and I reacted 100%.
Yeah, that's
Next up,
craziness.
that's your wrestling moment.
Let me see. We've covered Starfield. Stray is set to become an animated feature film.
Okay.
That's hilarious to me,
Honestly, though,
but I get it.
I like the idea though, because like the
Yeah.
world is cool as fuck. Give
Mhm.
it to me in like a Love, Death, and Robots style, like the three robots ones that they do.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. Speaking of that, I got a little bootleg Lego set. It's the dude from Love, Death, and
Oh
Robots.
shit.
And it
Nice.
comes with different faces and stuff, but I lost those.
Yeah, you lost them?
Yeah, they fell and I never found them. The carpet monster took them away.
They're just somewhere on the floor in your room.
I just can't find. I literally
Yeah.
scoured. I was like flashlight and all.
Damn.
Fucking bad. But yeah, I don't hate this. I think this is cool. Like Stray was cool. The world is cool. Give me more of it for sure.
Do you think they make the cat talk since you're not controlling him and it's a movie?
No, I don't think the cat talks, but I do think that people around him do. Because like I mean, in the game, technically the robots are talking, but like there's no voice actors.
Yeah.
So I could see the story mainly unfolding through like the robots and shit, and the cat's just there for some
Right.
reason and just doing
Mhm.
cat things, you know.
Right.
But I'm excited for it.
That's
Um,
cool.
Next up though, we posted a video to YouTube. Go watch it.
We
After
did.
that, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem game announced by Outright Games for consoles and PC in 2024. Takes place months after the event of the movie.
Mhm.
So they're really fucking like going for these turtles as like the turtles for the future, pretty much.
Yeah, because they also said they're making an animated series off of these turtles.
Yeah. And like two more movies, I think.
Yeah, because the animated series is supposed to be the bridge between this movie that just came out and the next one.
I like that. I also like that
Yeah.
we're gonna like grow with these turtles, if that makes sense. Like every single movie, they're gonna be getting older, but it's also like the same thing in the real world too. So like we get to
Yeah.
grow up with the turtles for the first time instead of it just being like
They're
35 to 40-year
stationary.
old men with headphones in a booth, you know?
Pretty much. Yeah, I think
But
that's pretty dope.
yeah.
And this game, I looked it up. I wrote it in the Discord. It's gonna probably be like a kid friendly game.
Mhm.
I think I like what they're doing, and I'm noticing what they're doing, and I'll get into that right after I say this. From I said in the Discord, from the look of the publisher's catalog, it's gonna be pretty kid friendly game, which makes sense for this iteration of TMNT. Previous games from this studio, which is again outright games, is stuff like Peppa Pig, Paw Patrol, Super Pets, Hotel Transylvania, PJ Masks. Like little younger kid properties.
Yeah.
So I get what they're doing, especially going off of what you just said, growing up with these turtles.
Mhm.
This is for kids now to play and get
For
older
sure.
with. And I think that's cool for this generation.
Just
Um,
imagine when we get to the third movie though, if they keep up with the same amount of shit they're putting out, like we might even get like an adult version of these turtles if like
mhm.
it keeps doing well. Cuz
Yeah.
this is just my opinion. I fucking love this movie so much. It was fucking fun. It was
It was
cool as shit and I want more.
it was refreshing. I like the fact that they're literally children.
Yeah.
They're not just like older mutant teenagers and getting brooding and all serious. Like they were kids
Mhm.
and they would go off on their like kid tangents with each other and do all like the slang from like today's age and everything.
Yeah. It's
That's pretty cool.
it's a cool time capsule, I think. Like this is gonna almost be like an MCU type thing, and I'm excited for like the road that it takes. 'Cause there's,
Yeah,
like, so many stories you're gonna have to follow from, like, when it comes like, this is gonna be a bridge between the show, so it's gonna go from the first movie to this game to the show to the second movie, and then whatever's
yeah,
coming between the third movie, so you have to, like, jump around to like, keep up with them, and I like that, that's cool. Give me a
yeah,
comic series too. Let's go.
yeah. And that's what I was gonna get into. What they're doing with Turtles right now is really smart.
Mhm.
They got this. This is probably like the new main series for the kids of today, and
For
that's
sure.
dope. But then for people like me who were of the OG Turtles, they're still supporting like um the retro arcade style games with Shredder's Revenge and now the DLC.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're supporting that audience. And then you got the comic audience, and they're about to make this Last Ronin game if you want like a serious
Yeah,
adult tone turtle thing. So I like how they're covering so many bases with the different iterations of the turtle universes.
for sure.
So they're really taking care of this property, and I just like where it's going.
You are so lucky that you do not collect action figures because the turtles that they make and all the characters are fucking amazing.
They are. If I were to start collecting a different something like collecting, I would be going for all the turtle shit.
Would you go for the retro stuff like the one that I got you, where they're like remaking the old shit? Or would you do like the newer shit that's out today?
Um, what was the company that did the funds from the first movie? Was that NECA?
Yeah, it was NECA. I have those.
Yeah, those are fire. Like if I was to like really try to dig and get some, I probably would try to get those.
Okay.
I'm sure they're expensive as shit now, right?
Eh. Like they're up there for sure, but they also just released the turtles from the second movie, which in my
Mm,
opinion, I think the animatronics in the face kind of looked a little bit better, like more I don't know how to explain it. Like, it looked more polished, if that makes
yeah,
sense,
I
in the
get what you mean.
second movie.
Hmm.
So like the characters just looked better. So those are out right now. And they're like
Mm,
$40 because it's two turtles per pack.
that's not bad.
Yeah. So it's like it's not a terrible thing. Like NECA is amazing because the prices are extremely low for how amazing of details you get.
Hmm.
But like there's Super 7, they do theirs, but those Super 7 does them and they're based on the old toys, but in an updated form. So it's like
Mm,
the same style articulation as NECA, but it looks like the old toys from back in the day, but not close
yeah,
enough to the point where it's like the shitty articulation. And then
yeah.
Playmates makes the ones that you got. They're just re-releasing the old molds and shit
That's
all
so
over
fire to me.
again. Yeah, like
I love that look of those turtles,
yeah.
like that version.
I was this close to buying the transforming Donnie one because I
Hmm.
remember as a kid I found one at a yard sale and it was the worst toy ever.
I hated those.
I hated them, but like I'd love to have one right now. You know what I mean? It's like
Like
when I was
for
like, "Fuck this
collector's
shit," but I
sake,
want
it's
it
funny. Yeah, yeah. It's for collector's sake, it's fun and cool to have them. I
for
remember as
sure.
a kid getting those and being like, and I was a turtle freak, but even then I was just like, I don't
It
like these.
sucks.
Yeah, I
It's
don't like
just
these at all.
like it was the worst thing was like I didn't like Transformers at all,
Me neither. Me neither.
but
For me
like
as a kid, they were too intricate. It wasn't. I couldn't do it. Like
they
I
were,
wasn't good at it.
but I'd take a Transformer any day over those Transforming Turtles though. Like
Yeah,
any
I
day
do.
of the week. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking a Transformer instead.
I did not like those turtles.
Oh man. All right, back to the news.
Mhm.
Next up, I think it is you next. Did I did the turtles right?
Uh,
Sorry.
you did that, so it's me.
Next.
After almost 17 years, the vampire of Outworld has graced us with her presence. Megan Fox brings Natara back to life in MK1. So Megan Fox is voicing Natara in Mortal Kombat 1.
Hell yeah.
Um, so that we got Megan Fox in there,
Jean
John
Claude.
Cena in there, Jean-Claude Van Damme in there. Who's the dude who does the voice of Omni-Man?
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons.
We don't have confirmation that Anthony Starr is doing Homelander.
He's not? Or
There's
we don't
no
have.
confirmation, which is
Mm,
the weird part. Everyone else has been like, this person is confirmed, and it's been like advertised.
mhm.
Homelander hasn't been, but there's no way in hell they don't get him because they got him for fucking Call of Duty to do it. So
True, true.
whatever. But
Mortal Kombat get like I am gonna get that game.
Listen, I'll fucking come over day one, man. We're fucking throwing down. I'm gonna
All right.
be fucking Ryu.
Okay. They want. I hope they reveal him in Mortal Kombat soon.
I'm gonna be my favorite character. What's his name? With the leopard head, and he's a wrestler.
King from
Yeah, that's my.
Tekken,
You know why he was my favorite?
because he's a wrestler.
That and
He had a leopard head.
here's his name.
Oh yeah, Kingsley, of course. Ah, bada bing, bada boom. Don't do it.
Like my new Nerf
um,
gun that I got. It's way too realistic and needs to be hidden.
I got that orange tip. You can tell it's a toy.
Oh man, it's a bit much though. Next up in the news, Eurogamer, the Switch 2 developer presentations took place at Gamescom behind closed doors with a tech demo of Zelda Breath of the Wild hitting beefier target specs. Doesn't confirm a re-release of the game though. And then what was this other one? I don't actually know this. The Matrix Unreal Engine 5 tech demo ran with the
I remember when that came out. I remember that it came out on
yeah, it was fun.
PlayStation.
I played it. It was cool.
They I guess they ran that on whatever this new Switch is gonna be. So
What does
they're
DLSS mean?
that's like one of those terms like I know what that means, but I can't think of it all the time.
Yeah, like it's an acronym that I'm like, that's the thing. I've seen it before. Not
NVIDIA
a
technology, deep learning super sampling technology. It's a revelation. DLSS is a revolutionary breakthrough in AI graphics that multiplies performance. Powered by, hold on, it trails off. Powered
chemical
by the new
X.
fourth gen tensor cores and optical flow accelerator on the GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs. DLSS 3 uses AI to create additional frames and improve image quality. So yeah, it's better processor, better imaging, better all that shit.
Croissant.
Here we go. Exactly. Exactly. How'd you know?
Next up, what do we got, Ant?
Oh
This was
man,
funny as fuck.
this was great. This was so perfectly okay. E3 posted, well, they didn't post it, but it was reported. Reed Pop, who, if you don't know, they're a person who took over the ESA to bring back E3. Reed Pop and the ESA part ways over E3. ESA has not canceled plans for a 2024 event, but if there is one, it will not be at the Los Angeles Convention Center. Games Industry GamesIndustry.biz also reports that the ESA is working on a complete reinvention of E3 for 2025, which is wild to me because they just did this for the last E3 because they were like, we're going to reinvent it and bring it back. Anyway, that was posted. Immediately after that was posted, our boy Jeff Keighley swooped in with a big ass Summer Games Fest banner and said, "Next June, Summer Game Fest returns to Los Angeles for a spectacular celebration of what's next in gaming. Stay tuned for more details." Big Summer Games Fest banner, words under returns June 2024. Right after ESA said they canceled plans for 2024. It was the most well-timed tweet I
Did you
want to
hear
say
that at all or
I've
no?
ever seen. Huh?
Did you hear that at all or no?
Hear
The
what?
music, you didn't hear the music. Shit, man.
Nah.
Stream heard it. Fuck.
Nah, I didn't hear it.
It was the jellyfish jam from SpongeBob.
Oh man, I missed
Right
it.
after the fucking end of Keeley's streak, just like, yeah, man.
It was so
It's
like,
so
and people
savage,
noticed it.
man.
People noticed it because they were in the comments like Jeff, we saw that.
That was fucked up. Oh, man.
Jeff's just stomping on the corpse of E3. I'm the captain now. That's pretty much what Jeff Keighley said.
I love Keeley so much, man. He's one day I'm gonna shake that dude's hand. One day.
One day we're gonna do it.
Next up in the news, though. Now this shit fucked me up.
Oh man, I'm hyped.
I don't want to add the SAG after stuff. Yeah, whatever. This is an anime, and I
Mm,
believe it was made in Japan.
yes.
I could be wrong.
I don't know, but I'm just answering yes because it looks like it was.
Castlevania Nocturne trailer released today or yesterday. Sorry, that shit fucks. I don't know
It
how they made the animation look better, but it looks better.
it
Uh,
looks even more truer to the video game, to the source material than the first Castlevania series.
don't get me
Like the
wrong, I
way
love the
they
other
were
style too. I
oh
love
hell
the other,
yeah.
yeah,
Hell yeah, for sure. But the way they showed them like the action scenes and they're doing all the attacks and everything, I was like, they
dude.
just took it from the game. And this is why my original point years ago was like every video game thing should be an
Yeah, anime, animated. Those are the two options you get. Anything else,
yeah.
fuck you.
Then the music kicks in, that classic Castlevania music kicked in, and I was like, woo! They were hitting that note so hard.
Yeah,
It felt so good.
dude, I love the Castlevania shows on Netflix so much. And isn't there another one confirmed to be coming out? I think it's this one. Obviously, the next season of the one that we already have.
Mhm.
And I think there's another
Um,
series. I could be wrong,
there
but I
is?
thought there was a third one.
I'm not sure.
I might be thinking of something else, but I could have sworn that there was a third Castlevania series in the works as well. But
Mm,
we will see in due time because this looks
yep,
fucking sick.
it
What's
does.
next?
uh the Gargoyles remastered trailer was announced. It's like the original like Genesis Super Nintendo game remastered,
Hell yeah.
and that is coming October 19th on PS4, Xbox One. I forgot for a second. I was like, "What? Oh, those are the old systems: PS4, Xbox One, Switch, Steam, and GOG." So, if anyone's interested in that, those will be coming,
Yeah.
or that will be coming.
Also, if you're interested in that, you can go down to the weekly pickups channel in the Discord and you can see there's a limited runs games version coming out that comes with an exclusive NECA figure that is cell shaded and a bunch of other cool shit. If you
Dope,
are
dope, dope.
genuinely interested into it. I think Robbie was more than anyone else, so Robbie, please make sure that you see that and buy that and then
Yeah.
tell me how it is because it looked cool. Next shit. What the fuck is this?
I didn't even click this. Not that I was like I had some kind of aversion to it. I just wasn't a Spy Kids guy,
I'm a Spy
and I know you were
Kids
a Spy
kid.
Kids person. Though I was going to defer to you on this.
Secondary question: were you a codename Kids Next Door kid?
Not really. Like I've watched that show, but I wasn't like I didn't keep up with that show.
Ah, man,
I've seen it.
I love that one so much. Um, I'm not gonna watch this. I'm not gonna soil the Spy Kids 1, 2, 3 trilogy because this looks just from
I'm
the thumb.
clicking through it right now.
Is that Junie? I have to
I'm
open
like
it
who?
now. Fuck.
I'm like who are these supposed? Again, I didn't watch it, so I like none of this is hitting me because I'm like I don't have
That
that much of
Zachary
a reference.
Levi? I thought that was fucking from the dude. Why is it Zachary Levi, man?
Man,
I
this is
hate
some
this.
CGI.
The old ones were like this too, but like
They were.
this is just bad,
Oh wait, I
man.
know that guy. The dad, I think is
Yeah,
that
it's
the
Zachary
dad?
Levi. It's Shazam.
And I know the chick too. What is she from?
Ugly Betty.
Yeah.
That's all I remember her from, but I know she's great.
She had another show, but I can't think of the name of the other show.
I just can't believe they got Zachary Levi instead of the literal actor that married Megan Trainor that played the original boy Spy Kid. Like, why wouldn't you bring him back? You know? Junie Cortez.
Mm.
I watch too
Spy
much
Kids.
TikTok.
Are these supposed to be the same
No.
people from the original, or is this a brand new
Brand new, it's bad,
whole
we're moving
story?
on.
All right.
I'm
I
not
didn't
even
know if it
talking
was.
about it.
I didn't know if it
It's
was connected to the old stuff.
it ain't in my mind. If it is, it's not. Um
Even if it is, it ain't.
If it is, it ain't. That's the way it is. If you don't like it, sucks.
If it is,
Um,
it ain't. Even if it is.
but what is what if? The
What
episode
if?
names for the What If series coming to Disney Plus. If you didn't watch the first season, it's fucking good. I
That was
like it
good.
a lot.
Yeah. Mhm.
These have a couple that I'm really excited for. I'm just gonna go down the list real quick, then we're gonna pretty much be done actually. So first one, what if Gamora killed Thanos? If you
Mm.
would like to see a little bit of a spoiler of that, you can actually go look at the new Marvel Legends one. It's just her in Thanos' armor. She looks badass. What if Captain Carter finds the Hydra Stomper? It's a
Mm.
continuation from the first season. What if the Tesseract landed in how do not
I was
what?
about to say, please say that because I can't.
How do how do no son e Confederacy?
Okay.
I know that word. Before the colonization of America, introduction to new hero cohort. Oh, so I think it's a what's it called? It's like a Native American tribe. I just
Oh,
can't fucking say it. I'm stupid.
yeah.
Um, what if Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne fought in the Red Guardian during the 1980s? I don't know because I don't know who that is. Who's the Red Guardian?
Fought the Red Guardian. Google is
Is
my
that the
friend
dude
today.
from fucking Stranger Things that was in the Black Widow movie?
Uh,
Maybe Red
Red
Suit
Guardian. The
Canada.
Red Guardian is the Russian, is the name of several fictional characters appearing in Marvel Comics. There's so much to read.
Is it the character from Black Widow?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah, easy peasy. What if Yondu delivered Star Lord to Ego? That's actually pretty cool. I
That's
don't
pretty
hate that.
interesting.
What if Happy Hogan saves Christmas?
Okay.
Now, this is my favorite one, and I cannot wait for it. What if Wanda had grown up watching musicals instead of
Well, we know
sitcoms?
what that episode's gonna be like.
It's gonna be sick. Anyway, what if Odin and Hela faced Wenwu? I think Wenwu is the dragon from Shang-Chi,
Oh, okay.
I
Now it
think.
kind of makes sense.
And then what if the Avengers had fought Surtur, the dude with the sword in Ragnarok that destroyed the helmet that became the guy?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
Fire,
okay. Yeah, I
fire,
got it.
that guy. So yeah, that's the episodes that are coming. Keep an eye out for What If season 2 because I think it's some of the better shit that Marvel does.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's the only thing other than this last story, which I didn't look up any further information on, so I don't know if we want to cover it. Like we could like leave this as like a we're gonna look into it and then come back next week situation.
I mean, I don't think there's more to it than this.
I know, but like I feel like there's got to be more details than this because this is like very vague. What it is, Only Up has been removed from Steam by its creator due to quote unquote stress. I want to put the game behind me. Like,
Yikes.
what happened to
Yeah,
cause the
okay.
stress? Like, the game's already out. So, like, that's why I'm confused. I didn't look into it.
I didn't look into it either.
We'll do that next week, though.
All right.
Back to regular Cam. That was an episode and a half. Not really,
It
though.
was. I think we had two questions we didn't answer.
2 questions
Yeah.
in the Discord? Really?
Yeah.
Shit. We can do those. You want to do those?
Yeah, let's do them.
Since we didn't do a pod last
Or
week.
3 questions, because I don't remember us answering this first one from July 12th. We just haven't been checking the question one.
No, we did that one. We did the July 12th one.
We did.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
First
two
one,
then.
yeah. Start with CLD's question from the 23rd.
Is there a game series you started? You started not starting with the first game and you never went back.
My answer is Kingdom Hearts. I started with 2, was hyper confused for about 2 hours of
Mhm.
where the Disney characters were because it was a completely different situation in 2. You play as Roxas for the first 2 hours and he's cool as shit. He gets the
Mhm.
saltwater fucking lollipop icy thing. It's cool as shit. But I went to play 1 after I played 2, and I hated it because it sucks. The controls are shitty and
Mhm.
bad, and then 2 they made them better. So that's why I didn't go back to it.
Uh, I played I played the remasters of Kingdom Hearts, so I never played the originals. I don't know if that counts. I played them in order, or tried to anyway. I was not a fan, but again, I've covered that. I think I just played them after the hype was over and we
Yeah,
had moved on technologically, graphically, gameplay, all everything in gaming. So for me, it just felt so primitive that I was like, "Well, I missed the train. I can't
we get it,
go
Ant.
back."
You really fucking hate Goofy.
I didn't want to go there, but, you know. Um, Other than that, Final Fantasy. I started at like I think the first Final Fantasy I played was 3, which is 6 in Japan, which is a popular one.
Mhm.
But I never, to this day, have never played 1, 2. I I started with 3. So off the top of my head, that's the answer I have. I'm trying to think of anything else I might have started. I'm sure there is other things I've done like that, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. Like first Call of Duty I played was Modern Warfare, like
Yeah,
360.
the old Modern Warfare, not the current Modern
Yeah,
Warfare.
the first Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That is the first Call of Duty I ever played,
You know what?
which is Call of Duty 4,
GTA.
right?
Yeah, I had the same thing I played San Andreas and that's it.
I played
I
GTA 3. I've never played the original Grand Theft Auto and Grand Theft Auto 2, the over the top ones.
They had over the top Grand Theft Autos,
The
like top
original for
downs.
PlayStation 1, yeah, it's top down, and it's
Shit.
GTA 1, which is in Liberty City, like 3 is, and GTA 2, which took place in London.
Was it
They were all
like
top down.
wait, what was the story like the voice acting the story of the second one then? Like were they all like British mate? Like oi
I never played it.
shit.
But it wasn't fleshed out like 3 is because
Mhm.
it's
I don't
PS1
even know.
graphics. It's PS1 graphics, so it's not like full
Amazing.
blown third person walking around, getting in and out of car. Like you're just this sprite. You're driving top down. You can get out of your car, murder
Mhm.
people, get back in your car. There might have been like voice lines in it, but it wasn't like full fledged on like
All right.
story GTA 3 type shit.
All right. Yeah. That's definitely one for me. I feel like San
Yeah.
Andreas was like the good one of like those to like play and be like, okay,
Mm.
I'm done now, you know? Like
Yeah.
after that it's like pretty much GTA 5, but I was like I watched someone do a playthrough of it and I had no desire to do it myself cuz
Mm.
3 people at the same time story-wise, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing 3 characters. Fuck that shit.
The 5 was so fun though. The first Castlevania I played was the worst one of all the classic ones, which is 2. And I thought that's what it was. It was like because 2 was like a side scrolling RPG. It wasn't even like side scrolling action game like the original Castlevania formula is. It was
Mhm.
like this weird RPG, this convoluted. They don't give you enough information. It's a bad game.
Okay.
And my cousin had it, and that's how I played it. And then eventually I ended up playing like the first one somehow. And I was like, this is way more fun. Like, why the hell they do that with the second one? And it was that classic side scrolling formula. You're just whipping zombies and vampires and bats and shit and making your way to the end of the stage. That second one was just dog shit. That shit was garbage.
I don't think I've ever played. The only one I've played is the one that I got the ROM of Castlevania. I think it's I can't even tell you the name of it. It's one of like the best ones or whatever.
Symphony of the Night.
There it is. That sounds
That's
familiar enough. Yeah.
That's like the classic. That's
Yeah.
like everybody talks about Symphony. That's when it became that's when it became like that game
Mhm.
invented the term Metroidvania.
Really? Oh
It's
shit.
the Metroidvania.
I definitely had a lot of issues with it. Like I didn't know what to do, if that makes
Right.
sense. Like it's very explore and figure it out as you go, but I'm like, I don't even know what the objective is in the first place, like to even go and
Yeah.
look for. Like I don't know what I'm looking for, and if I see it, I probably won't, knowing me. It needs a fucking giant blue logo on it like Starfield. Um, but yeah,
Bethesda, yeah, there you go. I played Starfield, never played Skyrim or Fallout. There
Fallout
you go.
3 can go fuck itself. Skyrim I wanted to like, but I didn't. I don't know why.
uh,
Now I love Baldur's Gate somehow.
look at you.
Um, what we go to the next question? Do you think?
Yeah,
I
you
think
got one
that
more
was
question.
satisfying. What game were you so excited for that turned out to be a dud? We got some answers in the chat while you think. Battlefield 2042 was deflating.
Oh,
Also, I
that
was not
was.
expecting the bouncer reference because CLD posted a reference to a game called The Bouncer, I guess.
Yes, that game was the Bouncer. It was a Square's version of a side-scrolling beat 'em up that had minor RPG elements to it. Yeah, I also got that game, and it was
Bad.
it didn't live up to the hype. It was one of those games
Goddamn.
where it was just like, it was like I'm playing this because I have it, but
That's a good
it
question too. Like games that you just played just because you had them.
oh yeah, I got a couple
We
of
could do
those.
that. We'll do that
Yeah,
next episode or a Patreon pod.
yeah. I'll have to like think about them and
Yeah.
write them down.
Um, who else we got? Jabraff also that was Pip actually that said Battlefield 2042, by the way. Jabraff
Mhm.
said Maquette, kind of cool puzzle game that did not live up to its potential and also had really annoying romance subplot thrown in for no reason. B. The letter B.
The B might
Yeah,
be a typo.
it might be.
um, I
Um,
might have told this story. Um, I was a kid and my dad took me to the store to get a game. I forgot why. Maybe it was
oh,
my
I
birthday.
remember what it
Something.
is.
Huh?
What
You
is it?
remember?
I remember the story. Keep telling it. I'm gonna see if I can guess the game before it ends.
It was two games. Well, it was one game I was going for. I'm getting this game. But then I got there and saw a different game. Um,
I
the
knew
game
it,
I
dude.
went for was Kirby's Adventure on NES. And I was so hyped to get Kirby's Adventure on NES, which was a really good game in retrospect that I never owned because I made the wrong choice that day. Um, do you know it?
I don't, but I know that it's one of those games that you said it looked cool as shit, but then it sucked.
It was
I,
terrible. I looked over and I see a game called Mario is Missing. Was that the
I
game you were thinking
knew
of?
that. I knew it, dude. Fuck.
And you play as Luigi. So I'm just like, and this is in the hype of like Mario is fucking
The
it.
shit.
It is
It's a
that
me.
yeah, it's from the era that made me the Mario fan that I still am now because they like Mario was like you have to get the Mario game. He's
Hell
the
yeah.
he is video games. So I saw Mario was missing. I'm like, oh shit, Mario, now you're Luigi and you gotta save Mario. This is gonna be fucking fire. Fuck Kirby's Adventure. Get me Mario is Missing. Mario is Missing is an educational game. I got home. I slapped that into my Super Nintendo, turned it on, and prepared for the worst time of my life. It Mario was missing somewhere in the real world, and you have to go to historic landmarks. And in order to beat the stage, you have to answer trivia questions about the landmark wherever you are. I am 7. I know nothing about fucking Denmark or some shit. You have to
Oh
collect like
shit.
little trinkets, take them to like an information booth, and answer questions about where you are. And you and when you do enough of those, you get to exit the stage. It was shit, and I'll never get over it.
I'm trying to think if I had like any that were like that bad. Because the only one that comes to my mind, and I'll get roasted for this if Ryan listens anymore, but I don't know if he does. But there was a game on PlayStation 3 that I thought looked really fucking cool, and it
Mhm.
was called Brink. It was a first person
Wait, I
shooter,
remember that. Yeah.
and it had
I
so
never
many
played it.
customizable options for your character. The shooting and like the maneuvering was different because you could slide, you could crouch and like peek around corners for the first time in a game. And like I personally had a bad time with it because I didn't understand what it was really. Like you were
Mhm.
trying to like slow push in with your teammates that are AI and like take out the enemy one by one. But I was like, "Oh yeah, let's just go." And I would just fucking push and I would die immediately. Meanwhile, like you're supposed to like take cover like the whole time and like do that
Mhm.
shit. And I went back to it and I'm like, it's weird because it was the first game that I feel like kind of evolved to what Apex was and like how good
Mhm.
Apex was when it started, like that kind of like run and gun and like Titanfall 2 and shit. And it felt
Right.
very similar. I was like, oh fuck, I do like this game. So it wasn't a dud, but like I had a bad time at the start, to say the
Got
least.
it.
I don't know
I
if
hear you.
there's any duds out there.
Um, Air Guys. I forgot. I don't know how to really explain it. How to really say the name of the game. It's a PS1 game. It was Final Fantasy 7 characters, but it was a fighting game. Game's not good. Game's not good. I rented it and was like, man, the trailers and the magazine, not the trailers, but back then it was like it looked really good in this magazine. And Final Fantasy 7 was huge at the time, the original. And you get to play these characters in a fighting game now. That game sucks.
I,
Game's
I
not
I do
good.
have a game. I have two games right in front of me actually that were duds, and I forgot they were here on my desk in my little Pokeball container that I have for my Switch games that I made.
Mhm.
You can take out right here Pokemon Shield. Not that good of a game. Pokemon Arceus. This was a dud.
I
And then whatever
still
the new
never went
one
back
is
to it.
too. The new one is also a dud. I think that's in my Switch right now because I just never took it out. Oh
What's up with
man.
Pokemon, yo? What are they doing?
Pokemon, I feel like the hype is gone, man. Like here's I love Pokemon, but the
Mhm.
games just suck. It's just the same bullshit and it never gets better. And it's the iPhone. Pokemon is the iPhone. That's all it is. It's the same shit rehashed every single year, and then it stops working towards the end because it gets boring because you get everything, and then they just release a new one that's the same shit, but they call it a different color. This time, it's rose gold.
It's so stupid. I don't a Pokemon like it wasn't until this moment where you just said that about Arceus and Sword and Shield, and I'm just like, and what's the new one?
Some shade of green and some shade of red,
Yeah, I don't.
crimson or something.
It doesn't matter. The new book, like now that we're saying it out loud, I'm like, yo, Pokemon really the
Scarlet and
games haven't
Violet.
Scarlet and Violet haven't been good, have they?
They're just there. It's just I feel like Pokemon, and this is gonna be a wild. I don't think Pokemon was ever good.
Nah, I can't give you that.
I don't think it was ever good. Good. Like this isn't a must play game that I need to make it to the end that I need to do everything for. The story was never that interesting ever. The only thing that was cool was the battles, and 90% of the time it was just a sprite going like that. So it wasn't even visually pleasing. And then once they did get the 3D models, they just made them stand there and do nothing.
I feel like Pokemon as a whole never delivered on the promise of what all of our that was in all of our brains as kids. We
Yeah.
got Pokemon out the gate on Game Boy or whatever. I'm like, okay, this is cool. But as technology grew, we were like, all right, now's the time to strike. We're gonna get that fucking AAA open world, do what you want Pokemon game. And I feel like they just gave us pieces of that. They gave us they gave us that, but it was not fully realized versions of that.
Yeah, like the iPhone.
What?
That's what they do. They release parts that are lesser quality and they make it seem like it's so good, but then other phones have already had that technology for years.
But
They're like, look
Pokemon's
at this
not.
new. Look how new our Pokemon are. Now they get gems on them. Look how new and shiny it is.
Yeah, they did try to make Pokemon
Like,
chandeliers. Nobody forgot
like
about that.
they made them
Pokemon.
fucking keys. There's a keys set one. This is stupid.
They need
I
to.
want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich Pokemon.
That's coming.
It's gotta.
I think they're never gonna do it. I don't even want to say it. Never mind. Like, how come Nintendo? How come Nintendo won't like just go for it? Like they won't they won't pull the trigger all the way. Granted, they don't
'Cause they
need
don't
to.
need to.
They
That's
make
the
billions
shitty
of
part.
dollars. It's just like I want the fucking edgy Pokemon guy. I want the the fucking almost like not rated teen, a little bit higher than that. It don't gotta be MA. I want the gritty Zelda game. Like I want to slice somebody in Zelda and blood comes out. I want that.
I
They're
mean,
never going to
technically,
do that, but
you're
still.
getting it soon.
How? When?
Pal World.
True. You just shoot Pokemon in that game.
Yeah, I mean it's
With
kind of
guns.
it's kind of what you want.
Where the fuck is that game? How long have we been looking at trailers for that game?
How long have we been looking at sweatshops of bunnies making AK-47s?
Where is Pal World? That game. Oh, I want to call this episode "Where is Pal World?" Where the fuck? Hold on, I've got to look this up. Because where
It's
the fuck is
supposed to
that
be
game?
like this year, I thought. It's just
It's been
not.
it's been years. Release.
Oh my god.
This release on Google for the Steam. On Steam, this says the release is January 2024.
Well, we're
But then on
playing
the
it.
side, it says initial release date 2023.
Dude, I cannot wait until Pal World comes out, and that's when we switch off of Starfield into Pal World videos.
That is gonna be fire.
That
Literally
is
fire.
going to be fucking amazing. Coming off of Starfield, where you're just stealing shit in space, into literal Pokemon with guns. Oh
I
my
like how the
gosh.
third Google question. No, the first in order. The first Google question: can you play Pal World now? Second Google question: is there a release date for Pal World? Third Google question: is Pal World a real game?
It's real if you believe it is.
The game is never coming.
All you have to
Where
do
the
is
fuck is
believe.
it?
God damn.
Oh man. This game has been trailer after trailer for like 3 years. Since we started this show, they've been showing us Pal World.
You might not be wrong.
Like, where the hell is it?
I don't know, man. I don't want to know, but all I do know is that you all can follow us at Say Before Quitting, fully spelled out .com, where you get your merch.
Uh-huh.
I'm so fucking tired that I just did 2 separate socials in the same set. I'm fucking zooted.
Yeah, it's late. It's late.
Let's try this from the top. Ready? We did have a week off, so I'm a little bit out of practice. I'm not in the zone. But you can follow us at save letter B number 4 quitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
Titty Gang merch found on savebeforequittingfullyspelledout.com, where you can get all your hoodies, hats, baby clothes. I think I added that as a joke and left it there. So you can
Why
get
not?
that too. You can also go to our Patreon, patreon.com/save letter B number 4 quitting, where we post 2 extra podcasts a month, including where we just played some Baldur's Gate 3 and Ant made some decisions.
Yeah. Big ones.
I
Go
was
check that shit
discussing
out.
your decision with Shadowheart, the lady that was in the pod.
Hmm?
I was discussing that with Trevor, and he was like, "How dare?" So,
Listen, man, you gotta go left sometimes. Makes it
it was a
interesting.
choice for
Make it
sure.
interesting. Who knows? You don't know where that
But,
could lead.
you know
Good
what?
things could
Maybe
happen.
that'll be a thing we do on the fucking channel, main channel soon. I don't fucking know. But you can also go to our Discord. Link is down in the description down below where you can post and see all the shit that we're talking about, all these questions, all the news, all the memes, all the fucking pickups and the fitness are in the Discord. So go check that out. I think that's all that we got here for shilling.
Mm-hmm.
So before you shilling, make sure you
Okay,
always
it's a way to end the show. Save
save before
before quitting.
quitting. And we'll see you next time.
We will.
I'm so fucking tired. Like it just like randomly hit when I was about to start putting like the socials out there, and I was like, "Whoa!"
I'm tired. I started off the show tired, and then as the show went on, I kind of livened up a little bit.
It's crazy too because I just had a coffee, like, and it's the opposite effect. So I'm
That's how
fucked.
you know you're tired. That means you're beyond tired. The coffee just doesn't work.
True.
I've been there. Without a doubt, yo.
Well,
Go to sleep, yo.
I'm gonna go to sleep. See you guys. That's your post credit
Yeah.
scene. It's a whole bunch of nothing.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go take a shit. So there's that. Create my own pal world. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what that
Create
means.
my own
I'm
pile of
tired
shit.
too.
That's what you just said.
Pile world.
Of course, that'll be the podcast title, and everyone's like, "Why? When the fuck did they say pile world?"
When
In the
does that
last
happen?
10 fucking seconds of the episode. That's when, you motherfuckers. You better fucking listen.
Yeah, this is tired and all. I feel like this was a good episode.